Oh, Sam, if this is a bad time, then
No, it's a good time. Jessica, whatever this amounts.
then I'll just throw the rest of my things in a box.
Done it for you.
Oh. Guess you wanted to keep things short, if not sweet.
I was only trying to help, Heidi. And like I told you last night, you could have stayed over.
It's a good thing she didn't. Or I wouldn't have been here. What are you doing here anyway, Ivy? Aren't you out of our lives yet?
This is Fancy speak. Jacob, darling. Yeah, of course I'll be there. I wouldn't miss Fashion Week for the world. Yeah. Yes, I'll bring my checkbook. Where have you been? Those boys by the bar are just so hot. They're boring. Just like all the other puppy dog preppies that you and I always attract. I'm in a mood for something different. Different how? I don't know, someone who turns me on for a change. A bad boy. That's what I want. A bad boy. I don't know, Fancy. Well, I do. And guess what, Veronica? I just found him.
Teresa, you know, it's not too late to change your mind.
Forget it, Mama. Here comes the district attorney.
I'm glad you're here. I was afraid you were going to change your mind about pressing charges.
No, I wouldn't miss this for the world. I want to see Gwen put behind bars for the rest of her life.
God, I don't see Ethan. Honey, I'm sure he's on his way. But what if he's right? What if the DA moved up the hearing date so that we wouldn't have time to mount a decent defense? I mean, I could go back to jail today.
Could. You count on it, Gwen. You don't stand a chance.
I asked you a question, Ethan.
Eve, I'm trying to find something I can use here, you know?
You already found something, so why aren't you on your way to the court with it right now?
Look, I know where you're going with this, and you couldn't be more off base.
Really? I don't know. I get the feeling that you're somewhat conflicted about representing Gwen at her hearing this morning.
That is absurd.
Really, so you do want your wife cleared of all the charges against her?
Of course I do. Eve, why would you even ask me something like that?
Because I've seen more excitement at a spelling bee. Ethan, you are here, way across town, doing research while your wife's trial is about to start. Are you sure that you want to keep her out of jail? Because you know, if Gwen is locked up, there won't be anything standing in the way of your being with Teresa.
Did someone find out that I'm your daughter? No, don't tell me that Sheridan knows I'm her half-sister. Mother, what do you want?
Geez, no need to snap my head off.
Look, whatever you're calling about, I don't have time for this. Alistair's here. Hey, you didn't go and shoot off your big mouth about me being Alistair's daughter, did you?
Let me speak to her. Edna.
Yeah?
Listen, you old bag. You were in trouble. Very big trouble.
Please, tell me what you know about Beth and her mother being at the mansion last night with my father.
Please, Miss Sheridan, you don't know what you're asking.
Look, you are my only hope. I'm begging you.
But you know why they were in the house with Alistair, don't you?
Yes, sir. I can tell you everything.
Thank God. Thank you. I'm finally gonna get my little boy back.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
He's not exactly Mr. Smiles. He's got something better. Chutzpah. You can't place a bet at that table for less than $500. I like him.
Fill me in.
I don't think he's that into you. He will be. Oh my, aren't we sure of ourselves today? We're in Vegas, Veronica. You want to make a little wager? I think your odds are better at the slots. I'll give you my bracelet if I can't make him mine within the next few hours. Isn't that bling from your dear old dad? Where else? With 20 grand at least. Well, you want Mr. Rebel that much. You're on.
No, may the angels in heaven bear witness for me. I haven't told a soul that you are Beth's father.
Well, you may as well have been shouting it from the rooftops the way you've been flaunting yourself around in Harmony today.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
It means you've been gadding about with wads of money, hanging off your walker, and throwing cash around, buying clothes that are more appropriate for Paris Hilton than an old bag like yourself.
So I bought a few beautiful things with the money that you gave me. Since when is self-improvement a crime? And may I remind you that it wasn't so long ago you made a baby with this old bag.
Yeah, do yourself a favor, Edna. You better stop trying to make me angry.
Okay, just cool your jets, will you?
And you keep a low profile from now on, meaning that you stay in this house.
As if the Crane money can keep me a prisoner in my own house. No. I got the clothes, I got the style, and now it is time to party.
I was scared to death that Sheridan had found out you were my father.
No, she hasn't. Not yet, anyway.
Thank you. Now, please tell me everything that you know about my father spending time with Beth and Mrs. Wallace at the mansion last night.
No.
What? Wait a minute, you just told me that you could.
Could, not would. I signed a confidentiality agreement when I took my job with your father. He'd have my head.
You wouldn't be spilling his secrets to just any stranger here. I am his daughter.
Oh, Miss Sheridan, you know that wouldn't make any difference to Mr. Alistair, now would it?
Look, this is important. My baby was taken away from me after he was born. What you know could help me get him back. Please, for my child's sake, please help me.
I gotta think of my own children first. My husband Harry's been out of work for 3 years now. If I lose this job, we'll lose everything.
Please.
You're a Crane. You don't know what it's like to have to scrimp and scrape just to get by.
I do.
Yes, you would, being Pilar's son and all.
Look, what if I give you these? They're real.
5 carats apiece. They'll tide you over in between jobs if my father should fire you. Now, please tell me what you know about my father spending time with Beth and Mrs. Wallace at the mansion.
I thought you were at Simone's.
I changed my mind. You've got a lot of nerve coming back here.
Jessica! Listen, I won't let you speak to Ivy that way.
And you needn't worry, Jessica. I've only come to collect the rest of my things.
Good riddance.
I mean it. Not another word.
How can you stick up for someone who went behind your back and lied to you?
Ivy was just trying to help.
Oh, is that what she told you?
Well, she was right about something at least. Look, you need help, and I'm gonna make sure that you get it.
Why? Because I took charge of my own life and got a boyfriend and a tattoo?
Jessica, you almost died because of a drug overdose. You lost your innocence to some creep who didn't respect you. And to make matters worse, you started sneaking around with that creep Spike.
After you took up with that slut, Ivy.
That is enough.
You're such a hypocrite, Daddy. You don't have to ask anyone what they think about your new lover, but I do. I'll bet if you caught Noah doing what I was doing, you wouldn't have freaked out. You'd have gone wink, wink, given him a little slap on the wrist and handed him a package of condoms.
Jessica, I would have treated your brother the exact same way, and you know it.
How do you even know what you do with Noah? You probably wouldn't even recognize him if you walked in the door. It's been so long since he came home. That's what kind of family I'm living in. That's what kind of father you are.
That's enough.
Why? Did I hit a nerve? If you want to preach to me about family values, why don't you start by getting your whore out of our house?
Your call, Ned.
Let's go with 5-card draw.
Ned? What kind of name is Ned?
It doesn't matter. It's not his real name.
How do you know?
He's too hot to be a Ned. Besides, it doesn't go with fancy.
I thought you just wanted to hook up with him, not get married and have us children.
Depends on how bad he is.
You mean good bad?
Right.
Well, I'd wish you luck, but I really like that bracelet.
Tough. Because I've got a feeling I'm going to win this bet.
Deal it again.
You sure sport. You're way down.
I said again.
It's up to you.
Here you go.
Hey, Fancy, you in?
No thanks, George. I'll sit this one out.
You're not feeling lucky today, eh?
No, actually, I'm feeling very lucky. Excuse me, would you happen to have the time? What's that for?
You're a working girl, right? Take the chip. Leave me the hell alone so I can play some cards here.
So you're going to the hearing?
Yeah, there's one more thing I have to check on first before I go, and I think it could clear Gwen of all the charges.
Yeah. That's what you think you want to do.
I need to go.
Good luck. Whatever you decide to do.
Shut up, Teresa. So help me, you better shut up.
Or what, Gwen? You gonna try to kill me again? Because I don't think that would work in your favor. Face it, your life as you knew it is over.
Even as we speak, Ethan is on his way over here to try and keep me out of jail.
Really? I don't know. If I were you, I'd be a little nervous. Maybe he's not gonna show up at all.
Of course he is, Teresa. And you know what? He's gonna do everything in his power to get your vicious charges against me thrown out.
Well, see, I have this theory
I think Ethan's gonna stand you up so that you do spend the rest of your life in prison. So he can start over with me, little Ethan, and Jane. We're gonna be a family, Gwen. And you're gonna spend the rest of your life rotting in a prison cell.
You just get away from my daughter, Teresa. You just leave her alone.
Oh, I struck a nerve in Mama here. I guess she's a little worried Ethan's not gonna show up for you, too.
I hate her. I hate her so much. I wish she was dead.
Don't let any of the court officials hear you.
Okay, what if she's right? I mean, what if the reason Ethan isn't here because he's not gonna fight for me?
Oh, don't be absurd. Okay, I am sure he is on his way here. Look, I'm just gonna call him on the cell phone, all right?
All rise.
Today, we're hearing evidence in the matter between Gwen Hotchkiss Winthrop versus the state. Let's begin.
Oh, Godmother, where is he? Where is he?
I assume all parties are present?
My witness is here, Your Honor. I do not, however, see opposing counsel in court.
Where is your attorney, Mrs. Winthrop?
Your Honor, my husband should be here any moment. If I could please ask just for a slight postponement.
Not without a written request from counsel. We'll proceed without him.
I knew it. Ethan couldn't bring himself to save Gwen. He wants a life with me.
Oh my God, Mother. If Ethan doesn't walk in here in the next 2 minutes, I am gonna go to jail for the rest of my life.
You are my passion for life.
That moron probably doesn't even own a platinum card, and he thought I was a hooker.
The moron being the bad boy of your dreams.
Whose side are you on, anyway?
Well, you did come on pretty strong.
I was innocently flirting. It's not my fault he's a rude, uncouth bore. I've never been more insulted in my whole life.
I could have told you he wasn't our type to begin with. I hope you at least took his $500 chip.
I wouldn't touch anything that belonged to him with a 10-foot pole.
Your loss. Along with your bracelet. I mean, my bracelet.
No, not so fast, Veronica.
Hey, a deal's a deal. You tried to get Bad Boy's attention and he didn't bite. I win, you lose.
Who said I was giving up?
You're going back to him more insulted by this cad.
No way. But I'm not through with him. He's about to be taught a lesson he'll never forget.
Dr. Russell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just about to... Edna?
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Ba-dum-bum. What's the matter, Doctor? Look like you've seen a ghost.
No, I've just never seen you like this.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the rage on all the runways this season, and I'm talking Paris, not Pan Am. Got it, runways?
I'm sure you're just making quite a splash.
Yeah, aren't I grand, though? Well, you know, see, now that I got the outside taken care of, I want the innards to match.
I'm sorry. The innards?
Yeah, down there, you know, leakage.
Oh, leakage, right.
Yeah, they do that surgery now, don't they?
Oh, well, Edna, I'm not sure that your insurance company would pay for it. It's elective surgery. It's very expensive.
Money is no object. I'm going to be paying cold hard cash.
We're home free. Sheridan will never figure out that I'm her half-sister.
Beth, never say never. Be very, very careful.
Well, yeah, I'll do anything to keep our secret as long as I get to have Marty.
That's why I like you so much, my dear. It's ironic. The only offspring that I can't claim is the one that's most like me. But I promise you, will do everything in my power to make sure that Sheridan doesn't find out the truth. Because if she does, you lose Marty, I lose my empire.
All right. I'll tell you what I know about Mrs. Wallace and her daughter with Mr. Allister.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this. I'm gonna get my son back, Louise.
It wasn't much later that the mother came to the front door.
While Alistair and Beth were up in his bedroom.
That's right. Oh, Lord, if he finds out I've told you.
Look, he won't. Please, go on. How was my father with Beth? Was he friendly with her? What, was he forcing her to visit him?
Oh, no. It was as if they were on a date. They came back to the house to, you know.
You mean sleep together?
I'm just telling you what it looked like. He rang down from his bedroom and asked Cook to send up a bottle of champagne. Of course, I didn't see nothing, just his arm around her and maybe one smooch.
So you don't know if they actually,
Did the deed? I don't think they would have had time, what with the mother showing up and all. I mean, she was out of her mind, crazy to get to them ASAP. We had a huge fight, and she knocked me out. She was so upset.
Wow. So you didn't see what happened next then?
Oh, I didn't know nothing until that high and mighty butler Reginald found me on the floor.
Which, do you know if Mrs. Wallace actually talked to Alistair or Beth?
I know she wanted to, but no. I've told you all I know for sure.
My father's a dirty old man. Well, nothing new there.
All right, well, hold on. Let's back up a second. After Reginald found you and you came to, did you, by any chance, happen to go by Alistair's bedroom door?
Now, why would I do that? That'd be eavesdropping.
Right, of course. Did you?
I might have heard a thing or two.
What?
They were discussing a secret, something Mr. Allister didn't want anyone to know. He was afraid that loud old Mrs. Wallace was going to tell someone.
Tell someone what?
That I couldn't make out. I ran before they came out.
I knew it. They are in cahoots over Marty.
Sheridan.
No, that's gotta be it, Louise. Bertha, thank you so much. You have been so helpful. Please enjoy the earrings.
You're sure, Miss Sheridan?
Absolutely. Wear them in good health.
And you'll protect me if Mr. Allister comes after me?
Yes, you can count on it. Thank you. Louise, this is the proof that I have needed. And now we know how Beth managed to kidnap Marty and make it look like our baby died. She had my father's help.
But we already knew that your father was a monster, Sheridan.
Yeah, but this also means that Beth is a monster too. And that you haven't wanted to admit to. Well, now you have no choice.
See? I've got enough money here to take care of this surgery and any other work that I want done. And I thought after we took care of the lipo, we could do a little lipo, then a little lifto.
Edna, I don't even know what to say. Where did you get all of this money?
Oh, let's just say I came into a little bit of good fortune recently. Okay, bye.
Well, it must have been very recently because you certainly weren't dressed like this last night.
Where did you see me last night?
Oh,
Oh, my gosh. You live at the Green Mansion, don't you, with Julian? Oh. Uh-oh, I'm busted.
I want you to apologize to Ivy and me right now.
It's okay, Sam. This is between Jessica and me. And I'm sorry you view me as your father's whore, but you needn't worry because I'm out of your home for good.
Well, your things are in the hall, and so is the door. So what's taking so long?
Before I go, I'd like to get one thing straight between us. I love your father, and I always have.
Is that why you married Julian Crane? When you saw the size of his wallet?
You don't know what you're talking about, little girl. One of these days, you might know what true love is. Right now, all you can feel is anger and bitterness. But someday, I think you're gonna look back
and realize your mistake, and I think you're going to regret coming between me and your father.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath.
Ivy. I know you're trying to get through to Jessica, but let's not pretend that she's the only reason you and I can't work.
Sorry.
And just for the record, Ivy, I know all about love.
Sex isn't love, Jessica.
Like I'm going to listen to a lecture on morality from you. You're not even a good mother to your own children. No wonder they never come home. Do you even remember your own daughter's names?
The vindictive family genes are showing, Pansy. He deserves to be taught a lesson, and I'm just the one to teach it.
I'm out.
Well, you should stick to slots, Lester. This game's too hard for you. Well, looks like it's down to just you and me, Ned.
Raise it.
You must really be holding, Ned. Let's make it interesting, huh? Say, double or nothing?
Got it.
You're short.
I need an IOU.
Sorry, sir. We don't extend credit. Then I guess I win.
I'll front the young man, George. I'm sure he's good for it.
Sure. Hey, thanks. I'll pay you back when I beat your friend.
Oh, he's no friend of mine.
Now we're playing a game.
I'll raise you again.
And raise.
You know he's gonna lose his shirt. And his pants. And his socks and both his shoes. Nobody gets away with implying I'm a common prostitute.
Let's see what you got. Next time, buddy.
Right.
Hey, where are you going?
I've been playing all night. I'm done.
You gotta pay me back first, kid.
No can do. I'll be glad to sign an IOU.
No, I don't believe in him. You're not going anywhere until your debt's paid up. My money.
You did this to me?
Me? How could a mere working girl possibly influence anything going on in your big, important card game?
Look, if you're not a hooker, I'm sorry, but that's what you look like.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Well, I don't believe you either.
Hey, frankly, I don't care who believes who. I'm waiting for my money.
Look, like I said, I'm all tapped out, which is why I got the loan in the first place.
That's a bad answer.
You're making too big a deal here, man. I got the money in my room. I'll run and go get it.
Well, that's fine. I'll have Stanley here accompany you.
But I'm not staying in this hotel. Down the street. Better get it on my own.
No. No.
I think you've gone too far, Fancy. This guy's in real trouble. Not that big a deal.
See, you gotta understand, I'm a businessman. I need to get paid one way or another.
No, I didn't say that I saw you at the mansion.
Oh, honey, you didn't have to. Look, I gotta go.
Oh, Edna, I thought you wanted to talk about your bladder surgery.
Yeah, we will. I'll call you. on, Becky, before we're discovered. Oh, God.
Daddy! Daddy? Oh, there you are. Would you like to hold your grandson?
We're already acquainted. Yeah, it's a pity. Ivan Eyre was sired by Luis Lopez Fitzgerald. Talk about mudding up the bloodlines.
You know what? I don't care what you think about Luis, because I still love him.
I know.
Daddy, you are going to help me get Luis away from Sheridan so he can be with me, aren't you?
Okay, now you have to believe me, Luis, because that was the one sticking point that you had about Beth being Marty's mother. How could she have done the kidnapping all by herself? Well, she didn't. She had help from a cold-blooded mastermind, my father.
Alistair and Beth? My God.
I know, but it all makes sense now. We saw my father at the nightclub right before my fight with Beth. That must have been where she got the knife that she came after me with. She was trying to kill me because she knew how close I was getting to the truth. Well, it's too late now, because now that I know the truth, I'm not gonna rest until I have Marty back in my arms where he belongs.
Therefore, we feel the circumstances call for the maximum punishment prescribed by law. Mrs. Winthrop is a menace to society, specifically Miss Lopez Fitzgerald.
That's not fair. Sit down, Mrs. Crane. I've already explained that only your daughter's attorney has a right to participate.
No offense, Your Honor, but the louse is obviously not here. And I am not just going to sit here and watch my daughter be railroaded by this attorney for this salsa sex pot.
Well, that's enough, or I'll have you tossed from the hearing. Anything else?
Aside from attempted murder and the kidnapping of Miss Lopez Fitzgerald's baby, no, Your Honor. We'll rest.
She doesn't stand a chance.
As your attorney seems to have defaulted on his obligation to represent you, I'm left with no choice but to end this phase of the proceeding and make a ruling without hearing the defendant's arguments.
Your Honor, please, my husband should be here any moment.
In your dreams, Gwen. In your dreams.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Winthrop. We've waited long enough.
One more thing, Your Honor. In light of the violent nature of the defendant, we ask that her bail be revoked immediately and she be remanded to the custody of Harmony Jail, pending and throughout her trial.
Please, Your Honor, you can't do that to me.
Silence. I'm going to rule on this matter as I see fit. The district attorney has presented a strong case against you. I must agree. Your bail is hereby revoked.
No, please. Oh, Winnie.
Take her into custody.
I am ashamed of you, Jessica. Ivy feels bad enough. There's no reason to make her feel worse.
I don't believe it. You're still on her side.
I want to have a word with you in the kitchen. I'll be back to help you with those boxes.
Jessica's right. I don't have a relationship with my daughters. Why did I ever think I had a right to be happy?
Please answer. Someone's calling you, Fancy.
It's not important.
I saw the area code on your caller ID. It was Harmony, wasn't it?
So what if it was? I don't care if I ever talk to anyone from Harmony again.
I'm sure you can understand my predicament. Now, either you pony up the money you owe me, or Stanley here is going to accompany you to the desert for a little chat.
You've got to be kidding me. This sounds like some kind of B movie.
Hardly.
Are you threatening me? I mean, what's your goon gonna do, huh? Take me out into the desert and break my kneecaps?
You know, you wound me with your remarks. Now, all I said was it's imperative for you to pay me back the money you owe me. Or you're going to walk into the desert and you're not going to walk out.
Where is he? Mother, where is he? How can he let this happen?
I don't know. Teresa must have gotten to him, and he's gonna go back to her, and he's gonna let you go to jail.
Oh my God, I can't believe Ethan betrayed me.
They revoked Gwen's bail today. This is more than I ever dreamed of. Now Ethan can move into our house with Jane and little Ethan tonight.
Now he shows up. Now he shows up when it's too late to help me.
There he is. I know he'd choose me in the long run. He loves me.
You know, I hate and despise Luis and everything he stands for, but you're my daughter. And if you want him, I'll see what I can do. But I want one thing in return.
I told you, I won't tell anyone that you're my father.
And I believe you. But I don't trust your drunken mother. She has a big mouth, among other things.
Well, listen, don't worry. I think you scared the pants off her on the phone. She's not gonna tell a soul.
Let's hope she doesn't. Because if she does, the consequences will be dire for you and for me.
Bethy! Bethy, is he gone? What on earth is that outfit?
Hey, forget about my beautiful outfit. We have got to get out of town right now.
What are you talking about?
Luis and Sheridan know we were at the mansion last night with Alistair. It's just gonna be a matter of time before they figure the whole thing out. Now you get Marty, you pack a bag, because we are leaving Harmony forever.
Well, if you're right, it certainly makes sense that Alistair and Beth would be in cahoots about Marty. We both know that your father will go to any limits to break us up.
Exactly. So let's go. Now that we know the truth, we can get Beth to admit what she's done. I can have Marty back by tonight.
I'm sorry, Whitney, but this is about my child. I'm fighting for my life here.
Do you know what this means?
We're finally gonna get Marty.
We have got to get out of Harmony. We are done for, Missy.
Clock's ticking, Ned. You got 15 seconds to honor your debt.